Hey, what's up? My name is Kade, and today I'm doing a top surgery Q&A because guess what? I am 3 years post-op. I've seen quite a few other guys talk about their 3 years post-op and just going over a few different things, but I decided I wanted to bring you into this whole conversation. So about over a week ago, I asked in my community tab, hey, what are some of the questions you want to know about my chest? Today, I'll be answering your questions. I'm really excited to answer these questions. I am so happy about my top surgeries. The first question is from my buddy, Zebra. They said, maybe what method of top surgery you opted for and why? And to what extent did sensation come back? That's a great question. I also got a few questions that were around the same lines, so if I didn't answer your question in this video, it will like exact question. Hopefully with my responses, you'll get your answer. So I decided to get a double mastectomy because before I had top surgery, my chest was actually pretty large, and even with working out, you can't work out to the extent of your chest not really being there if it's already just larger in general. For my chest, I didn't really have a choice. It had to be a double mastectomy. When it comes to sensation, let me kind of show you the area. So with my nips, I can barely feel them at all. Only with like more pressure, like on this side, my right side, but my left side, like it's not really going on. And I'm honestly completely okay with that because before top surgery, I didn't like my nips being touched anyway. So I'm like I don't care. Now, when it comes to sensation, as you can see, I have a pretty large scar line. The higher up that I go, the more that I can feel. On my actual pec, I feel like I can feel this side more, but my right nip is the one that I can actually feel, like at least a tiny bit. Along the actual scar line, I can't feel any light sensation. When it comes to pushing down, I definitely can feel it, but the light sensation, not as much, except near the center. If I lightly touch even my chest hair, I can feel it, so that is awesome. I wasn't expecting to have any sensation, like, at all, so I'm happy with the amount that I have, which is like mostly, just not like an exact area. That splattered raccoon asked, what was the surgery like and how much post-op care was needed? What was the actual surgery like? It's kind of a loaded question because there's so many different things that happen. At least going into the surgery before, I was put down to sleep with the anesthesia, it was extremely nerve-wracking and scary, but mostly exciting. I almost passed out, but that's fun because I think I was just so nervous. After the surgery, I was very sore and tight. I was still kind of almost like a dream, but because of the binder that I had to wear after, it was more like a vest to help things stay compact. It just reminded me of me wearing my binder beforehand because it was still pretty puffy, so I didn't really connect it in my head fully, visually, until I had my chest reveal. Since I do not do great with anesthesia, I ended up throwing up quite a few times, which sucked because trying to throwing up using those muscles as you're just having surgery, not a good time. How much post-op care was needed? I think the first 3 days of surgery, it'd be very useful to have someone actually staying with you, because whether you need help making food or even having the place clean and just a better time, plus they can kind of watch over you to make sure that your levels are all good. I just suggest having someone that really cares about you and is willing to give you your full attention during that time. Sophia Bell asked me, how soon after top surgery did you feel comfortable being shirtless? At home, I wanted to be as shirtless as soon as possible because it just felt like that's how I was meant to be my whole life. It just feels so much more comfortable being shirtless and being comfortable with who I am. The first time that I took my shirt off in public was during the first rave that I went to, because the rave was on the beach, and it was so much fun, so cool. And I was like thinking, everyone is doing their own thing. I'm in California, I just want to enjoy this. I took off my shirt, and it was just such an amazing, euphoric experience. JJ asked, who did your surgery and what did you do for your scars? Cori Agarwal in Utah performed my top surgery. When it comes to scars, I will be making a video soon talking about how I took care of them from right away post-op to a month, 6 months, a year, even up to now. But long story short, I made sure to keep it very well hydrated. I was just very careful, not going out in the sun, and just taking care of them the best that I can. Scar strips and ointments, like I said, I'll go more into it in the future. But the last thing is, doing a lot of scar massage really helped. I was not lazy with like the whole scar massage thing. After a year though, kind of slowed down on the consistency. The biggest thing though is my top surgeon, Cori Agarwal, just did an amazing job, and she knows what she's doing. So I think that's just like the biggest thing, is she just is very, very good with the scars. Even other guys that I've seen that's gotten top surgery from her, like their scars are almost invisible. Angel Rose asked me, was there a specific way you wanted it to look? For example, bring a photo, and did it turn out the way that you expected? Honestly, since I had such a large chest before top surgery, I was just hoping for a flat chest. And when I first started testosterone, I actually went to this trans support group, and I became friends with this one guy. He was about to get top surgery from her, and we hung out for a bit, like a few months prior and after, and his surgery results came out so amazing that I was like, yeah, I'm gonna check her out. After I started to check her out, I was like, she is the only top surgeon that I want to go to. I was gonna just figure out a way. With all the results that she already had, like showing them, I was like, my chest could look like any of those and I'll be so happy. My chest absolutely turned out the way that I wanted. Even like right after I had surgery and I saw my chest for the first time, I was so happy. The first moment that I truly connected that this chest is now mine and it's not almost this weird like dreamlike state was about 1 month post-op, and I could, like, the scars started to fade. It wasn't like bloody anymore. That moment, looking down, I'll show you a picture. That moment made me want to cry. I'm just so grateful that I got top surgery, and even just seeing the different results that she had, I was so impressed. If you're looking to get top surgery, I highly encourage you at least check out Cori Agarwal. She's in SLC, Utah, and her whole staff is amazing. One of my buddies even had top surgery with her, like 2 or so weeks ago, and it looks amazing. Let me know in the comments below if there are any other questions you have about my chest, and I'll totally reply to them. Now it's time for a chest appreciation.